Hold. Hold. Commands in the gym. Hold means hold the ball, no extra shots, no extra dribbles, because what do we want you to play? More basketball or less basketball? More basketball. Every behavior and every management of a behavior in a basketball practice is related to playing more basketball. They learn by doing. They do not learn by listening to me. They learn by physically practicing. So my goal is to maximize the amount of time they play basketball, not the amount of time I talk. This is a coaching clinic. So this is about you. So I will talk to you. But when it's in practice, practice is not a coaching clinic. Practice is about the players learning by doing. So we'll create intentional situations where they get an opportunity to be able to maximize their reps in a chaotic, representative environment. And you'll learn that more and more. I am also going to follow a little bit of what you got to deal with. I'm going to stay in the half court. Because most of you, when you practice, maybe you only have 8 players. And maybe you only have a half court. So you got to deal with the realities that you got. It's like, what's your reality right now? Are you tall or short? That's not a weakness. There's no weaknesses. It's just a reality. So we got to learn how to deal with realities as a coach, as a player, as a human being. That's all normal in terms of that. When you get outside the three-point line, go 2 times between your legs. When you're driving, you must dribble with your weak hand, and you must finish with your weak hand. From now on, whenever I shut up, you can start. Hold. When you get outside the three-point line, you must dribble along the three-point line and then change direction somehow. Changing direction is between your legs or behind your back. So you dribble along 3, so a lateral dribble to a change of direction. Pretty good. Hold. Give me whites up here, 1 ball. Whites up here. Darks on the baseline. We only got 1 ball. We got 1 ball. We go from there. Okay, what I just showed you is called chaos layups. Chaos layups is an intentionally messy drill. Why do we do it? Well, we do it, 1, because every player gets to dribble. How do you get better at dribbling? You dribble. And you dribble in dynamic ways. You don't dribble in static ways. If you're at basketball practice with your players and they are doing stationary dribbling, then you are devaluing yourself as a coach. Your value is way more than getting them to do stationary dribbling. Just like I'd argue your value is way more than getting them to do 3-man weave. And I'll explain that more. They can do this on their own. When we're at basketball practice, it's our responsibility as a coach to connect skills and decisions. Technique and decisions. Before any player, ball, come here. Before she shoots in the game, before she drives in the game, before she passes in the game, every technique that she executes, you spend all this time teaching, passing, shooting, dribbling. Any technique that she executes in a game is preceded by perception and decision. Before she executes a technique, she first perceives. She perceives on the number 1 principle of play, which is space. The second principle of play is advantage. The third principle of play is shot selection. Bronze, silver, and gold. Make sure I come back to that if I don't. But you'll hear space a lot. So just simply going to read the advantage based on space. So before she executes a biomechanical skill, before she executes a technique, she first perceives and then decides. So if you remove that key feature from basketball practice, it's less likely to transfer any information to the game. You cannot disconnect the environment that they play in from the technique and expect that it will transfer to the game. It's very simple. And that's not me. That's smarter people than me that have researched this. They've researched this. This is proven. So if you're doing on-air drills in practice where there's no defense or no offense connected, then it's less likely to transfer information to the game. And essentially, it's fluff. It's fluff. I won't say a waste of time, but it's pretty close to a waste of time. Especially because, as a community coach, what do you have? 2 practices if you're lucky a week. You got to get right to the point. You got to play basketball. Because how do they get better at dribbling? They dribble. How do they get better at basketball? They play basketball. They play basketball. Very simple. Cool? Spread out on top. Get on defense. Okay, 4-on-4 bursts. 4-on-4 bursts. Now, if it's 5-on-5, it's 3-on-3, whatever you got. So I'm doing it 4-on-4 because we got 8 players. Whatever it is fine. Now, 4-on-4 bursts. You guys are permanently on offense for 2 minutes. Permanently on offense for 2 minutes. Cool? So, 1 shot. If you steal it, you get the rebound, just set it down. It's on them to get the ball to half court and then restart the possession. Cool? New possession. Yeah. Good. 1 shot, new possession. Go, go, go. Get it up, go. Good, new possession. Go. Can't steal that possession. Got to get it up, got to get it to half court. Get the ball. Okay, hold. Every single player, when it's a change of possession, every single player must get to half court. Blue ball. Hold. You would lose possession. Your team would lose possession. Connect. Just hold. Connect everything in practice, every consequence to the fact that they lose offensive possession. If you want positive behaviors, think about what do they want to do. They want to play offense. Do you have players that don't play defense very well yet or don't commit to defense yet? Well, I put them in this drill permanently on defense. Oh, you know what? Hey, I want you on the other team. You'd be much better on the other team. And just constantly switch him so he's always on defense. He'll figure it out or he'll quit. Both are good things. Because he's not going to defend, he's not going to get better. So we want to put them in situations where there's natural or logical consequences. So we're going to play basketball to get better at basketball, and then I'm going to manipulate the constraints. Okay? Come back here for a second. Come back here. Just her. Come in. Do you remember the last constraint I gave you on layups? What was it? Dribble across the three-point line, change, and then what type of finish? We can't finish. Okay, that is an example of a constraint. A constraint may be a new word for you, CLA, a constraint-led approach. This is not a new thing. This has existed for about 30 plus years, I'm sure, in some context. But good coaches do this already, whether you know the word or not. But the idea is that I am going to shape technique, particularly, or some type of tactic based on constraining the environment in some way, or the task in some way. And there's more to it. We can get into all that if you want. The main thing is, I think about it this way. They must do something before it's live. They must do something before it's live. So in that chaos layups, they must dribble along the three-point line, change direction, and go in for a layup, and they must use their weak hand to finish. So I am limiting something to afford something. What am I limiting? Their strong hand. Again, good coaches already do this, right? You limit something. but I'm affording the opportunity for them to work on something, to shape something because of that limit. So I am not, and I have not, and I do not, you can ask some of the coaches that came to my sessions today, I'm not coaching technique. I'm creating an environment for them to explore possibilities. And that comes back to 3 E's. 3 E's. Environment, exploration, explicit instruction. Again, what's the third thing? Instruction. When I taught this drill, 4-on-4 bursts, the only thing I did first was teach them the environment, the drill. I'm not teaching anything else at the same time. Okay, some of you as coaches come out here and you give incredible information. But you teach a drill, you teach a game, and then you teach technique, and then you teach tactics, and you've taught all this stuff, and all they're trying to figure out is the drill or the game. And you've muddied the water. Instead, we want to give short bursts of information and really, really make sure that the first thing is they just understand the game or the drill. Then I can stop it later. So again, reflect on those 3 E's. Did I create an environment where they're playing basketball? Yes. Is it good basketball? No. And I don't care right away. The first thing I care about, are they playing basketball? Are they getting chance to explore? Then I can add a constraint to it. Everyone must get to half court. Or something I'll talk about was this is a shot constraint. And then I'm coaching the constraint, which helps shape learning. Then from there, if they're struggling with something, I can use explicit instruction. But I'm always connecting it back to what? The game. I am not removing the game from the teaching. 3-man weave removes the game from teaching. Why? Why does 3-man weave remove the game? What is there not happening? No defense, no decisions. There's no decisions. If I pass you the ball 10 straight times and he shoots, and he knows he's shooting 10 straight times, and never making a decision, that's not game-like, right? If you don't, ignore this, but if you go to America, they think game-like is just playing 110%. That's game-like. But we know the game is a change of pace. It's also decision-making. And the decision, I'll say it again, the decision is more important than the technique. And we obsess as coaches about the technique. How about if they shoot the right shot, they're more likely to make the shot, regardless of the technique. Now, I'm not saying technique is not important to some extent, but it's not as important as we make it as coaches, and we spend way too much time on technique and not enough time on principles of play, which will shape here. Okay, number 1 principle of play is space. So the ball's there. How can you create more space for the ball? More space for the ball. How about you actually physically create more space? More space, more space, more space. Come up here. More space. Stop. So now you created more space from the ball, and you've got to create space from him. He is a race to space. The first player down the floor, race to space. Go, race to space. Stop. You don't know what you're doing yet. You are a read to space. Read to space. Why? Because there's someone ahead of you. You don't want to race. If you race, what do you take away? His space. Awesome effort answering. They know the answer. Why do I have to tell them every answer? They know the answer, especially if you frame it in the context of the game. This isn't abstract. This is exactly how I coach every single practice. Now, I would be 5-on-5 every practice. 5-on-5 every practice. Why do I do 5-on-5 every practice? Don't you have to play 5-on-5? Every player you remove perception and decision that actually transfers to the game. Now, I'm not saying do 5-on-5 all the time. There's task simplification which can help them. But I want them to always practice in a representative environment. And I know some of you don't trust this because it's not how you were brought up in the game. I get it. How many of you still play pickup? Who plays pickup? All right, my man. You do 3-man weave, zigzag drill, and shell drill before you play pickup, right? Why not? Because those things suck. Those things suck. No player wants to do those. So wait a minute. Coaching is a service industry. Why do we forget this? Coaching is not about us. It's about them. I am an active participant in her learning. I'm not here and she's not there. We're here and we're trying to help each other. We are actively involved in helping each other. If I help her get better, is that good for you? And if you get better, is that good for me? More importantly, it's good for our team. So we're actively trying to work together to get better. And we got to remember that part of it. So when I do things that suck, that really does affect learning. So what's the first thing I said? What's the first E? Environment. Every day I want them to come to practice where they come to an environment that they're excited to come to basketball practice. Why? Because they don't have to wait to the end of the practice to have dessert. They can eat dessert right away. And that's playing basketball. Drill, 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 on air, on air, on air. Last 5 minutes, let's play 5-on-5. What? You gotta play 5-on-5 for a whole hour and a bit in a game, but in a practice, you don't play any. Now I get it, some of you only have 8 people, so play 4-on-4. You get it. But that's what we're trying to shape here for all of you. Okay? And again, experiential knowledge. Yes, I've done this for 30 years. I've done it exactly this way in some contexts for 30 years. But there are researchers that have studied this and validated this. So, does anyone use the original iPhone? Anybody use a BlackBerry? Right? You've all updated your technology. But we're not going to update our coaching knowledge based on evidence-based research? Again, I may seem like I'm preaching, but I really am. And look, George, wherever he is, my man, he's here to help you do this. He's not throwing you on an island and saying, oh, go by yourself. He knows this. He does this. He believes in this. Why does he believe in it? Hey, do you want to play basketball practice today? Or do you want to do zigzag drill, 3-man weave? You want to play basketball? Of course they do. She's too nice to say it. She won't say it to you because she's going to tell you what you want to hear. But they all want to play basketball. So we're going to play basketball with principles of play, space. Okay, what's the goal of offense? Say it again. Coach, didn't that drive us nuts today? The goal of offense, they all know the goal of offense is to score. Do you know how most of them play basketball? To pass. Almost all of them play to pass. And you'll watch this and watch how many times they play to pass instead of try to score. Okay? Is it fun to score? Cool. So let's try and score. By the way, if you score, is that good for you? You know who else it's good for? Yeah. Why have we framed scoring as a bad thing? I want every single player, every single day to score. George and I know, I told you it wasn't about you. George and I had a quick conversation in the car on the drive. My daughters, from 8, 9, 10, 11, now they're 12 and 14, from 8 on, anytime they're open, I empowered them to shoot. They couldn't shoot, but they shot every single time they're open. Now, what do you think they can do? They can shoot, and they will shoot. That's much easier to teach technique later. You know what's really hard? To teach someone that's never shot the ball because they're scared or because we've created limits in practice on them or limits in games, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, to get them to now shoot. And if you want to think about development, think about what you want as a player. When you reflect on your playing career, did you like it when somebody said don't shoot?
Not really.
You can say it more direct. No, you didn't. I know, you guys are all so nice in Australia. But no, of course not. And I'm just using logic here against what you do and reflect on how you played. Now, survivorship bias is a real thing. Survivorship bias. Well, it worked for me. I was a good player. DeMar DeRozan's wife coaches my daughter's team now because she saw me run practice last year and she said, I want to coach like that. So DeMar DeRozan has been FaceTiming and seeing practice. He's been watching practice. And again, he could be one of these players that says, oh, that's crap. I did this and I'm great. Instead, you know what he says? I could have been better. And I would have had more fun. To me, that's the most powerful thing that anyone could ever say. Now, most people aren't that open-minded. And that's why you're all here. And thank you for being here. Because it's really hard to change. But when you see it, you'll believe it. Okay, it's a race to space. What are you trying to do? Okay, go score. Hold. Hold. Recreate. Go back. 4, 3, 2. Come back. My girl, come back. Let's go. Right there. Cool. Hold. Hold the ball. No extra shots. No extra dribble. We're going to cheat quickly. Then they're going to play. Recreate. Go back to the situation that we want to coach and coach from that situation. Coach in the context in which it happened. So right now when you caught the ball, you are one-on-one. Everyone get off the floor. Everyone get off the floor except for these two. Ready? Start with a live dribble. Start with a live dribble. Okay, wiggle back and forth so you're multiple hands. Now wait. Get your feet wider, so you're wide and bounce. Get them wider, bounce. Wiggle the ball back and forth. Go, wiggle the ball back and forth. Now attacker, go score. Good, figure it out. Awesome, switch it, white ball, go. One-on-one, go. Go score, good. Go, blue ball, go score. Go score. Good, go score, hold. Why don't they do that when they play 4-on-4? Do you see how it's disconnected? They disconnect it. Because now all of a sudden we play 4-on-4, they both lateral dribbled initially instead of attack to score. So here's your simple rule. You do that. Every single one of you is trying to score in one-on-one. If you draw one defender, what do? You score. If you draw two defenders, what do? Pass. That's it. This is called the gold medal. Happiest place on earth is a smile. We want to shoot in the smile. So that's a gold medal. Pass it to me. I shoot an open shot in range, in rhythm, depending on your players and your age. That's a silver medal. Any contested shot is a bronze medal. Okay, I'm not going to say no mid-range, but as you move up in levels, obviously mid-range would be a bronze medal, except for the exceptional player. He's the best player in the gym. I'm going to tell everyone, no mid-range, we don't want any bronze medals, but when he shoots it, I'm just going to put my head down and let him shoot it. Why? What do exceptional players get? Exceptions. Exceptional players get exceptions. If you don't have an exceptional player yet, hopefully you will. But those are the ones that have exceptions because they've worked the hardest to become exceptional. And I have no problem with that. We'll talk about that later. White ball, go. White ball. Space. Hold. Blue ball. White ball. Good, leave it, white ball, go. Come on, leave it, white ball. Okay, hold. Come here. What's your name? Tell me again. Gisavio. My man, Chris, good to meet you, man. You're the best human being I've ever coached. You helped the other team. Should you?
Yeah.
No, don't help the other team. Help your team, don't help the other team. So when the ball goes down, what should you do? Leave the ball. Like, you guys want more competitive players, but then we create situations where we're always helping them be competitive. Don't help them. If that ball bounced 2 or 3 times, what do you think I'm going to do for you? I'm going to call turnover and give you guys the ball because they don't want the ball. Right? I will always manipulate. Basically, I say, I'm always going to mess with them. Like, and they better show some, you're on offense permanently for 2 minutes. You better show some intent to get that ball and go play offense. And if you're not interested in playing offense, what do you get to do? Play defense. Congratulations. Your favorite thing ever. Right? They'll all lie. If I say who loves defense, they'll all put up their hands. But they're lying. We know that, right? Right? Yeah, I know. White ball. Gold medal. Okay, blue ball, blue ball, blue ball. Yeah. Hold, hold, white ball, white ball, white ball, white ball. Okay, hold. White, timeout, white, timeout, you got 7 seconds. Blue, timeout, you got 7 seconds. Why do you keep losing the ball? What am I coaching? Am I coaching technique? I'm coaching the constraint. What was the constraint? Get back to half court. And do you see how some of them aren't getting to half court? I don't have to yell at them. I don't have to run them. Look, if running fixed problems, we'd have no problems in the world. Right? From a very young age, we'd have no problems for the rest of our life. Right? George pisses me off, I run him. We'd have no problems. But that doesn't work. So we just got to take something away from them that they want. And what do they want? They want to play offense. So if my dude doesn't get to half court, his team loses the ball. At some point, what I hope is the teammates start to get pissed off at him. You're allowed to get pissed off at each other for not following the constraint. You know what you can't get mad at anyone about? Parents included, coaches included, them missing a layup, them dropping a pass, them turning it over, them shooting and missing. They're not trying to do those things, right? But we can get mad at them for not following the constraint, space being a constraint. If you don't run to space, that's a problem, because that affects all of us, right? But my dude's never trying to miss a layup, and we're on the sidelines yelling, make the layup. Great coaching, right? But we do it, I do it, I get it. I get it. Ready? We have a good time out there? Hold. Tell everyone. Tell everyone. Turn, tell them. What did you just do? But what did you just do? You helped the other team. You won't do it again, will you? That's all they need. She knew. As soon as she threw it, she knew. That's learning. That's beautiful learning. That's better than me having to kind of yell at her and shape it. It's just she knows. I shouldn't help the other team because I was just about to give your team the ball. Because what did they do? You turned it over. So what? So what? Right? What do? No, you're permanently on offense. Get it up and go. But you know, again, this is normal. Everything they're experiencing is normal, doing it the first time. Can you imagine how much better this gets? And I would do this over an hour and a half of practice. Number one, it's a conditioner. Okay. Number two, it's developing all of our concepts. Number three, if you suddenly want to call a play, horns down, go, horns down. They don't know horns down. But you know what I'm saying. Like you can mix in plays. You can do anything you want. We can go, hey, we're reading all ball screens or handoffs. That means we're trapping every handoff or ball screen. I can manipulate anything I want to shape anything I want and coach it. And instead of them having to memorize a shell, you can coach them while they play the game when it's messy, and that's more likely to transfer, because last time I checked, the game's messy. Elite Division I college basketball, so like the Dukes, Kansas, Kentuckys, over 21% of the possessions are unstructured play. And that's the elite level. Imagine how much it is at this level. No matter how much you structure the offense, there's going to be incredible amounts of unstructure. And to be honest, they'll develop more in the unstructure than they will in the structure. Right? My friend, do you remember what offense you ran 3 years ago? Can you come out and show me? No. That's not the value of this. That's like memorize and regurgitate. Did anyone get through any school class where all you had to do is memorize the work and then throw it up on the paper? I love those classes. I didn't have to think. I just had to memorize, throw it up, Good, I'm out. Got a good grade. What about the class where I'm in class and the teacher scared the crap out of me every day? Scared the crap out of me. Because every single day in class she'd go, Chris, what's the answer? Chris, what's the answer? Chris, what's the answer? Do you know what I was every single day? Scared, prepared. Scared and prepared. And I remember more from that biomechanics class than any other class I've ever done in my life. Because every day she made me afraid to not know my stuff. So I had deep, meaningful learning, and a little bit of fear is part of it. And a little bit of fear is okay, but not fear where they're scared. Fear that they're not going to do the right thing, which is the constraint right now, right? And you're not going to do it again, are you? Because you're going to compete through it. Awesome. Awesome. Gold medal. Hold. Did she know? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm just making a point for you. That's okay. But look, different days I'm nicer than other days, obviously, with it. But I'm always going to hold them accountable. The hardest thing for coaches is to hold them accountable. It's literally the hardest thing. It's not what offense to run, what defense to run. It's to hold them accountable to the things that matter for you. For me, it's spacing, advantage, and type of shot. Whether they make or miss a shot, I'm calling gold, silver, or bronze every possession. Do you have parents that come watch practice? Every parent that comes to watch practice is on the team. They're going to do something. They might chart gold, silver, bronze in practice. I might have them be guided defenders. I might have them do something. I don't know what. And two good things come from that. One is they help our team get better and provide value, or two, they don't come back and watch practice. Both of those are good, right? They're going to be on the team or they're not going to watch practice. But them coming to practice and taking bronze, silver, gold, that's incredibly helpful. Do other analytics, whatever it is. But put them on your team. Most parents want to be on your team. You got to make them allies in some way. I sit with the parents during certain AAU tournaments. Instead of coach the game, I sit in the stands with the parents and explain what's happening. Because I want them to be educated. Okay, do you ever have parents, because I know coaches never do this. Do you ever have parents on the sideline? What's your name? Molly. 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 Molly, shoot the ball. Molly, shoot the ball. Molly, pass the ball. Molly, pass the ball. Right? You ever have parents do that? Okay, here's the best logic to explain this. When you huddle with the parents, say, every time you do that for your son or daughter, you take away their learning opportunity because you're taking away their decision. You're taking away their opportunity to learn. That's the most powerful part of this. Guidance takes away their learning, right? You do it on as a coach too, it's the same. Don't take away their learning. How old are you? 12? Yeah, I'm 12. Okay, you're 12. You should make mistakes at 12. You should screw up at 12. You should sometimes not make the right decision. And you know what? The more wrong decisions she makes, the more right decisions she makes, the better she's going to be. That's why small-sided games are powerful. Players make more decisions, right? That's why doing stationary dribbling does not help them develop, because they're not making any decisions. But can they do that? Where should you do that? Where should you do the stationary dribbling and the movement dribbling and the shooting by yourself? On your own, by yourself. That's player-led. So how do you create a player-led culture? Last 5 minutes of every practice. Parents in the gym, they can come in at that time. Come in the gym, all the team comes in, and I show them something they can work on their own. Homework, go home, come back. And then it comes back to notice and normalize. And I'm going to come back to that. Remind me. Come back to notice and normalize. Cool. Okay. Must pass and cut. Hold. Recreate. Go back. You needed 3 dribbles to decide to pass and cut? Or could you have done that right away? Cool. Now, awesome learning. You know why? Skill is the elimination of something as much as it is the addition of something. We only think of skill or we got to add something, How about you remove something? And as you move up in levels, anyone that's played at a higher and higher level, you realize if I did it in 2 dribbles, at this level, I'm cooked. I got to do it in 1 dribble or no dribble. And if you can get them at this age to understand that, what can they eliminate to be more effective and more efficient? Passes and dribbles. What's the goal of the game? On offense, it's to score. And we forget that. How fast can we score? The best possession in basketball is a no-pass score. Second best is a 1-pass score. Think about that. And yet, I'm the worst because I post on X and Twitter and Instagram all these wonderful plays from people around the world. And they all get like thousands of likes, right? If I posted a no-pass possession, probably wouldn't even get acknowledged. But that's the best possession. I get it, I hit ahead, she goes and scores. Beautiful. Coach Arif just showed me a possession where basically every player on the team touched the ball and the ball never hit the ground and they scored. Up the floor, transition. It's beautiful. That's the ideal possession. Cool. Hold, go back, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know I'm a pain in the butt. Stay, no, you did a great job. You created space, go back, you're awesome. How could you create more space for the ball? Beautiful. Okay, standing is okay on offense, especially standing in what? Space. And now you're gonna make a decision relative to your check. If your check is there, does she have more space? Cool, how about if your check, plug the nail? No, not you, defense, plug the nail, move in, move in, move in. Move in, move in, move in. Everyone shrink the floor. Shrink the floor, dude. This is called flooding. I call it shrink the floor. Basketball is a game of opposites. Conceptual offense, conceptual defense. Offense is all about creating space, so what's defense about? Taking away space. I didn't even have to give her a lecture, she knew that. Take away space. So if she's really good, what should we do? Shrink the floor. And if she's not, deny. No help, deny her, deny her. If you can't beat her, they're gonna deny. If you can beat her, we're gonna help. Isn't that a great compliment? To me, that's the best player development you can do. Because if we're not helping on you, what is she not doing? She's not getting better at her dribble. She can't attack anyone off the dribble. That's on her. But we're gonna create the situation where she better figure it out, or literally people aren't gonna cover her, right, as a non-shooter, or they're not gonna cover her because she can't drive anyone. Right? Sometimes I get it, it's matchup based, but mostly we want to play. Now I know you're good. Come back, shrink the floor a little bit. Stay, come here. You weren't too far in. Okay, good. Now, remember if we play one-on-one, are you beating her off the dribble every time? Yeah, you are. Yeah. Coach, how many times with every group I asked, who's the best shooter? What happened? They all just stood there. That's a problem. Who's the best shooter? Yeah, if anything, they nominated, but good job, coach. I believe it. Like, confidence. Skill equals confidence. Skill equals confidence. All those parents asking, how do I help my son or daughter become more confident? They gotta get more skilled. There's no magic. I've never met a skilled player that's not more confident than an unskilled player. Right? So work on your game. You want to be more confident, work on your game. You want us to help on you, work on your game. I know you're good. Beat her. Beat her. And then draw one of these or score. Hold. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Do it. Recreate. Give her the ball. Give her the ball. Give her the ball. Same deal. Getting help. Kick it. Drive. Kick it. You cut. Drive. Cut. You cut. You cut. Drive. Kick it. More than arm length advantage. So we define it. It's awesome because you did after the fact. But shoot it every time. If I ever see you for the rest of your life turning down a shot where you have space, Ooh. You know what I'm saying? By the way, do you feel like you're in trouble? Yeah, it's kind of fun for someone to tell you to shoot it when you're open. And I don't care if it goes in or not. If you're going to miss it or make it, I'm still going to be on the sideline going, silver medal, silver medal, silver medal, bronze medal, gold medal, independent of outcome. Boom, 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 boom. It's contested, fade away. It went in. Oh, great shot. No, it's still a bad shot. It's still a bronze medal. But sometimes bronze medals go in. But we want to shoot silver and gold, and if we shoot silver and gold, we'll win more games than we lose. Cool? So you're going to shoot that shot because that's how you work on your game. You work on your game. Great pass, great shot. Go play from there. Cool. White in the corner. Blue in that corner up there. Go. Blue, get one person on. You come here. White all in the corner over there. Cool. Come right here. I don't know the time, by the way, George. He can jump on. Here, come here. Give her the ball. Okay, ready? One-on-one, go. One-on-one, go. Cool. Figure out a solution. Play. There's no out of bounds. You're trying to score. Figure it out. No out of bounds. Get a gold medal. Gold medal. Hold. Leave the ball. Okay. Go back to where you shot it. A new player comes on each time. So you must come in the half court circle. Come on. Offense, you got to outlet it to your team. You come on right away. And now we're playing what? 2-on-2. 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4 build up. To 5-on-5 build up. So we're connecting all the different things. Watch it, and then we'll talk about it. What did she take away? Space. Because they think they have to move all the time. We're playing one shot. You can play multiple. I'm just trying to get a crew. Switch it. Other team on offense. Go. Other team on offense. Go. Get in the front of the line, bud. Get on defense. Line's over there. Line's over there. Hold. Awesome, right? What a great drive. But then uncompetitive. Those are the behaviors we should be coaching. Not that. That will determine our success more than anything we do. Get the ball and compete. And don't wait for the defense. By the way, watch the defense. See if they figure out how to play better defense. Because right now they're doing the most absurd thing possible defensively. And every group in the world does this when I teach this drill. Gold medal. Still your ball. You haven't shot yet. Silver medal. Okay, get up, get up, get up, get up. Come here, come here. What's your name? Liam. You got great skill, Liam. Okay, Liam, come here. Okay. Tell the coaches, when you draw one, you what?
Kick out.
No, when you draw one, what do you do? You score. And when you draw two, what do you do?
Then you kick out.
Okay, why?
Because it's better for you to shoot out for one than two.
Yeah. You knew that answer, right? Okay, now sometimes they think they're better than they are, which is okay too. Right? Now, that is a mini conversation. That's not me yelling at them. That's not me embarrassing them. That's me having a minute. Now, Fortunately, it's in front of like 200 people, right? But it's a mini conversation where we have a conversation quickly and then we move on. Coaching to me is mini conversations. You have assistant coaches, challenge them to have as many mini conversations in a practice as possible, right? Because those are the things that really impact people, not speeches, the mini conversation. But he knows now, like, great, okay, switch it, figure it out. Coaches, do we know what the defense is doing every time? Tell me. Hold on. What? Yeah. So the farthest defender is going to cover the farthest position. How can we do better? To me, yeah. But, so we're teaching defensive rotation. We're teaching defensive communication. Okay? Back to the 4-on-4 burst drill. If you want to do 4-on-4 bursts, I wish you had more people here. And say where there's subs. So if you have subs, we just have subs on the sideline. I can sub in anytime I want on defense. We call them hockey subs. Again, I'm Canadian. If you don't know hockey subs, you can go look it up. But you can sub in anytime your team's on defense. Okay? We make it on defense because what does that represent in the half court? You communicating what? What type of defense? Transition, rotations, different things like that. You want to increase communication? Create situations where they have to communicate. Cool? We get this one? So we did 4-on-4 bursts. We're doing 1-on-1 to 4-on-4 build up. And now watch this. Come on, 2. 1-on-2. 1-on-2. So you're going to trap the ball. Don't let him score. If he scores against you two, now you're too close. You're going to get beat. So back up. I'm saving you. Okay? Because he's got handles. Keep him in front. Let's go. Go score. Go score. 1-on-2. Good. Get him. You stop playing. Okay, but you guys are awesome defensively. Right? You know what a group of piranhas does if they have something that they're going to eat? Do they stop eating after one bite? They keep biting. That's what we got to get our defense to do. You guys were awesome. That was elite defense. And then as soon as the ball went out of bounds, they stopped. So we don't play out of bounds. We don't play things like that. Do you know in a game you're not allowed to step out of bounds? Yeah. Okay, good. So if we do it in practice, you're okay? You're not going to do it in a game, right? Yeah. Cool. Like that's the one argument. We do it so we don't have to coach situations and they get to compete. The only time we don't is when you and I are running and we're going into the wall. Okay. Don't run into the wall with me. Okay? Anything for safety first. But otherwise, let's not nitpick out of bounds and all that stuff. Let's be competitive. You had him dribbling out of bounds where he lost his dribble. Go be piranhas. Take the ball from him. Okay, every time now. Wait, come back. You shot it. Great job. Cool, get there. One new player comes in. Got to outlet the ball. Trap the ball. Deny, trap. Cool. Trap. Good, deny. Good move. Okay, hold on. Everyone come here. Come on, quick. Okay, you are my favorite group ever. You know that, right? In 1-on-2, true straight possessions of 1-on-2, we've scored layups. Not in one possession of 1-on-1 and 4-on-4 did we score a layup. Tell me about that. You guys are awesome. You're really good with the ball. So what does that mean you can do against one person? What can you do? Score. I know it's different. I know you're used to running offense. But I'm saying you can do that against 2 people. That was an elite move, by the way. Both of you. Boom. Freeze. Go. Awesome. Score. But you see the difference? Like it's incredible the difference. They're all really good with the ball. Go score. And then we come back to my bestie. And if you draw 2, what do? You cross it out. Awesome. That's all. And other reasons, I want your teammates to like you. That's all. I really do. And I want to like you. And I want to win. And I know if he kicks it when he draws 2, it's going to be good. Okay, go back. What was it? 3-on-4, right? 3-on-4? Good. Trap it. Deny. Trap. Deny. Good. Leave it. Go. Come in. I know it's not, it would be 4 on 5 if we had it. I know. I feel bad for the guy that came late. He just hasn't played much, so. Go. Hold. Switch it. Stay on defense. So you play. Get on defense. White ball. Dude, here. Little guy, get up. Get on. So you play. I know. You're on, girl. You're on defense. 1 on 2, you're on. Cool. Okay. Hold. Before you go. We get the constraint, though. Must trap, must deny. They're not doing great with that yet, but we'll get super good with it. We'll get super good at handling pressure. What's one of the hardest things to deal with at the youth level? Pressure. You guys are lucky you have legislated zones out. But in America, you got to play against zone and full court pressure from basically U8 on. So you better get good at handling it, and you better get good at doing it. The team that I just told you about, Kiara Morrison's team, I'm so grateful for her. We did not press with that team until the spring of this year. We went a whole season where basically we didn't press so that we got good where? In the half court defensively. And then we started pressing, and we started beating teams that were beating us early in the year by 30. Because we built things. If you can think about your season as periodization, this phase, we're going to deny every single pass on defense for a month. This phase, we're going to shrink the floor. This phase, we're going to trap all handoffs and ball screens. Why do you want to do that for your players? To make them adaptable. Adaptability is more important than repeatability. Adaptability is more important than repeatability. Damn, I can't believe how many good lines I got, Coach. And like, people don't even have notebooks. What happened to coaching?
Well, they were on their phone.
I know. Okay, do it on your phone. I know. But you know, like I'm saying, I'm dropping good lines, I think. But you get it? We want them to be adaptable. If they just learn your offense the whole year and they learn your defense the whole year, what happens when they go play for someone else? Every single player on that team can go play anywhere, I feel, in LA and be fine. Because they'll conceptually understand basketball. That's the goal. That's the goal. I haven't hung up one of the medals we've won or one of the t-shirts we've won. It doesn't matter. What matters is what they're going to be at 16, 17. Not what they are at 8, 9, 10, 11. Help them get better. You guys want to play more? I know. Shut up, Coach. Let's go. I get it. Yeah. Thanks, bud. Oh, my God. This is like professional now. I'm going to shut up because I'm drinking water. Thanks, bud. This is okay? I'm being a little bit direct, but is that okay? Should I soften? Yeah. Cool. How much time have I got? 30? Okay. Cool. Good. Sweet. Good. Let's go. Figure it out. Is that it? Yeah. I think you got one more. Come in. You got one more. Chop. Okay, hold. I gotta go back. Go back. Start again. Unintentional consequence of the way we teach offense and defense. Where does the defense always pick up? Inside the key. Inside the three-point line. Right? Because we play so much half court. That's your challenge. Because you got to play half court because that's your restriction for your gym. So you got to find a way to get them to go get the ball and get out. Because if they do, they'll be better defensively. Like if you can pressure the ball as early as possible, that's good. You know it's good for the team you're playing, for that player's going to develop more. Right? So it's really good to pressure the ball because people get better at handling the ball. I would encourage you as well to do not define a point guard. Have everybody as a point guard. What position do you play? What position do you play? What position do you play? Do you know what the correct answer is? Basketball player. That's our goal for every player in the world. When someone asks them what position they are in the next 10 years, they all answer basketball player. What's the problem with him playing point guard when he's 10 for the other players? Say it again. He touches the ball. He gets more decisions than other players. It's a big problem. It's a huge problem in development. Okay? My youngest daughter, she might end up being 6 foot. She's a point guard, but she's never played point guard. So will she be a point guard? No. I think she still will be personally, but it's been a problem. So now, just this year, the coach and I have got her to play point. But she wasn't comfortable because there was always someone else that handled the ball. And then gradually we got her more comfortable saying, hey, we got to give Lily a break. You bring up the ball. Then she gradually got more comfortable. And then we started to do that with other players. And then other players got more comfortable and confident with the ball. That's why we're able to handle pressure now. Not because we have some magical press break. We do. No. But you know what I'm saying? They all got more comfortable handling versus pressure because they gradually got more players doing it. And I get it, you sacrifice winning a little bit. Okay, get a partner in a ball. Was anyone with me today? Was anyone with me today at any of the stuff we did? Which ones? Okay, come here, dude. Okay, come here. Give him the ball. Cool. Okay, come here. Okay, get outside 3. Heels on the 3-point line, face the rim. Face the rim. Heels on the 3-point line. Get super wide. Get super wide. Get super wide, right? Show me your wiggle. Okay, live dribble, show me your wiggle. Okay, live dribble, show me your wiggle. Come on, get active, come on. Good. Okay, when he wants, he's live right now. Attack, be confrontational. That's all cool. Let's go. Take your time. Get wider, get wider. Good. Good. Okay, let's do it again. Do it live, bud. You know what you're doing. I know it's hard in front of people. Can you guys move for a second? Just move out of the way. Go. Now go live. You're not live on defense till he goes. Go. Boom. Cool. Everyone get a partner, get a ball, do that. 3 possessions, then switch. It's hard to demonstrate in front of people, especially if you've never done it. Watch how many of them keep it in one hand the whole time. Watch how many of them are dribbling from shooting position. I'll explain that in a second. Cool. Okay, hold. Okay, let's watch you two. Okay, stop. Okay, put your feet together. Both of you put your feet together. Do a squat. How's that? Pretty fun? Okay, go shoulder width apart. Do a squat. Cool. Go one more step. 2 wide. 1 wide, 2 wide, do a squat. Good, go 1 more step. 3 wide, do a squat. Which one was the least comfortable? Yeah, so let's assume we should never play at no wide. And a lot of players play with a really narrow base, especially when they dribble. So we want them when they dribble and defend to get 2 or 3 wide with their feet, sink their butt. Don't talk about lower, talk about wider. Wider gets them lower. Lower is abstract. What's lower? Some of them think this is low, right? It's really hard to teach low. It's easier to teach wide because it's all relative to their shooting feet. Shooting feet is 1 wide, and then 1 more step, 2 wide, 1 more step, 3 wide. So when we're dribbling right now, I want to get my feet 2 wide, and I want to be multiple directions. Okay, I want to be multiple directional. Cool? Get wider, get wider, get wider. Okay, hold. Should they go to the same place every time? They do it unintentionally. Now hold as well. By the way, do you play basketball with 9 other players on the floor?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out math. Maybe I got it wrong. Did I get it wrong? No, but that's cool. The point is, I get it. For some of you, this is scary, all these kids coming to the rim at the same time. Honestly, if they drive to the rim and collide with someone else, they did not follow the first principle of play, which is what? Space. So, you guys all go to the rim. Go, just go. No, go to the rim. Drive. Good. And I drive there. Does that seem smart? So what can I do instead of drive there? I can retreat. I can change. I can use a deaccelerate Euro. Oh my God, so cool. Right? It's actually helpful to have messy and chaos because they'll start to figure out ways to find solutions in chaos that we don't have to predetermine. I am not going to limit them. I'm not going to limit them all the time, 2-foot finish, 1-foot finish, anything like that. Sometimes we'll put in a constraint and say, must finish off 2 feet. I'll show you that in a second. But as soon as I limit them, I feel like I'm taking away solutions. I've never taught my daughters how to do a proper layup. As soon as I teach them to do a proper layup, what will they do? A proper layup. And is that the best solution? Is a proper layup the best solution for you right now? Never. You got to learn how to shoot it outside your body. So my youngest goes off the wrong foot literally every time. Every coach in the world would criticize her technique. She had 27 in a game as an 11-year-old. I think she can score because she finds a what? A solution. Solutions are more important than technique. Yeah? Cool. Let's watch a little bit more. Switch the constraint. Remember? You start behind. Watch this dude now. No, you're in front. Do your wiggle. You're dribbling, live dribble. Nope. Live dribble. Go. Okay, now, you're not live now until the defense goes. Constraint can change very simply based on whether the offense initiates live or the defense initiates live. Watch, completely different deal, just you two. Hold. Where did he immediately take his dribble? Not towards the rim. I don't care about dribble limits. I care about directions. Drive through people, not around people. Drive through people, not around people. More importantly, be confrontational with your drive. Okay? I set you up because we've never taught it to you, but you're good. Okay, you get it now? Yeah. Just because he's behind you and he's recovering doesn't mean you shouldn't get a layup. Change the constraint. Defense behind. Defense initiates live. Yeah. They self-corrected.
No one basket will be scored from the left-hand side of the ring.
What's that?
No basket will be scored from the left-hand side of the ring. Right-hand side.
Yeah.
You did a heat match, you're all over there.
Yeah. Whoop. Oh! Woo! Hold on. Hold on. Come here. Are you proud of yourself? You should be. That was outstanding. That's awesome. What did I just do for him? Is that nice? As adults, do you like when someone tells you you're crap, you're terrible? Positive reinforcement is still the most powerful thing we can do. Now, connect it to something that they actually did. I'm not just saying good job, good job, good job, good job, because now they both think I'm talking about her, each other, right? Good job. You think I'm talking to you, and you think I'm talking to you, right? Good job, Charlie, on your back pivot. Anytime you can give feedback where it's specific to a name and specific to something that happened, value content, it's going to be more powerful as opposed to the good job. Now, I'm not saying don't say good job because as coaches, we can't help it. Like good job is the thing we say the most. But that doesn't give them any information about what they did a good job on. Okay? And me and my dude had a little moment there, but he knows what he did. And he should be proud of himself. That was an elite move. He did something outstanding. This is what I'm saying about notice and normalize. Real quickly. On my practice plan, every single practice plan I have, 4 things. Number 1, I'm going to talk to every single player, every single practice about something not to do with basketball. Not to do with basketball. Hey, how was school today?
Good.
You didn't have school today, did you? Just said good. You're lying to me. Don't lie to me. I know I set you up. But anyways, yeah, good. By the way, that's a really bad question. Hey, what was something that really excited you in school today?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, that's a problem. That's like my youngest daughter. Anyways, but you got the idea. We're having a conversation. Hey, I know she's a Laker fan. Did you watch the Lakers last night? I don't know. It's something. Something not to do with basketball. I want to connect to them every day. Okay? And then we want to have something every day where I say, I'm really happy you're here. I'm excited to coach you. You belong. I'm happy you're here. You belong. The most powerful, most underrated human emotion is belonging. They just want to feel like they belong. Even if they know they're not the best player, they want to feel like they belong. Man, I'm really happy I'm happy you're here. I'm excited to coach you. I know how good you two can be. I'm excited to coach you. I'm going to say something like that. Private moments, little moments, I'm going to say something like that every single practice to every single player. Right? And I'm also going to say something relative to noticing and normalizing. Hey, I noticed last week you were kind of crappy at this. You're less crappy this week.
Thank you.
We skip that in the learning process. The only thing we want to acknowledge for people is when they're great. How about when you're bad and you get a little less bad? That's a powerful part of the learning process. Hey, last week you really struggled on your closeout. This week you're doing a much better job on your decision on the closeout to close out long or close out short. Notice and normalize. Well, what can I normalize? You miss shots, you screw up, you make mistakes, right? It doesn't always work out. You're unhappy, you're sad, you're depressed. All those are normal things. I want to normalize those every day. I want to normalize those every day because they're normal. We all do it. Why do we have to act in coaching like, oh, it's not normal to be sad, not normal to have low energy? Hell, I have low energy quite a bit. I had low energy sitting with Arif today before I got out there. I almost fell asleep, but I'm fired up now. Right? It's natural. So we want to normalize those things. And what's the fourth thing on the practice plan? You already know. Play what? Play basketball. Every single practice plan, those are the four things. Play basketball. Cool? All right, now let's build it out. Okay, you guys keep the ball right there. You go, here, go on defense, and one of you go on defense. Cool. You go on defense at the rim right there. You're on shield. You go off at center for a second. You go right here. Heels face the three-point line. Give him a ball. Give my man the ball right there. No, right here. Right, give him the ball. Cool. Heels on the three-point line. Same exact drill. You go over there. You're on offense over there. Take a step back. Get rid of your ball. Get rid of your ball and go on offense right there. Cool. All right. Heels. Heels means she's got heels on the charge circle. Your heels are on the charge circle. Or there. Smile. Cool. Now, what advantage is it? What on what? Is there an advantage? Where's the one advantage? Right there, and then I'm setting where you start. You could do this like 3-on-2. You could do it 3-on-3, whatever it is. I'm just creating an advantage for the offense. So same drill. Start it. Dribbling. Decide when you want to attack. Whoa, let's do it live though. We know it. You can toy with them before you go, but then let's go. What's your goal? To go what? Cool. Good. Go white somewhere. Go white. Go. Figure it out. Figure it out. Play from a different spot. No. Let's set up the drill. Let's go. Let's go. Blue ball. Let's go. Play from a different spot. Hold. That seems like the same spot every time. Do you see how they're programmed to do that? I could tell you another story about a really famous trainer. I guess I will. Really famous trainer. My niece played at Vermont, then she played at Vanderbilt. She works with like a really famous Instagram, TikTok trainer. One of the most famous in the world. The first time I worked out with her on the wing. She said she'd never once worked out on the wing. You know what she never plays? Off the top. She's not a point guard. She's a wing on her team. Shooting guard. That was the first time she ever worked out in a spot where she played. How crazy is that? And that's not me. To me, that's all of you thinking that's common sense. But it's amazing how we program things in. We're only playing off the top. How about playing the dead corner? Because that's one of the hardest spots to make a decision. And also one of the most powerful spots to make a decision. You can start in the corner because you were already right. Why not just chill there and make that 3? You already had a great day. Let's make another one. Yeah, make her come back. Silver medal. Your ball, figure it out, quick. Maybe a bronze medal, maybe a gold medal. Now, individual differences for her at that size, that probably has to be a shot she has, right? Maybe a taller player doesn't have to shoot that shot. But you got to deal with your realities a little bit. Now, give me the other group. Get on the baseline because you guys look lonely. Get rid of your ball, bud. Yeah, you're another team. If you score, you get to keep the ball, get it outside 3, and you can start it again. Start from behind now. Defense starts live. Cool? Watch. If you stop them on defense, what do you think you get to play? Offense. New team comes in from the baseline every time. You're starting with your dribble, right? Woo! Oh my gosh. Right? Compete. How about this? Here, give Blue the ball for a second. Give Blue the ball for a second. This is called animal. Add this anytime. You want to develop offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. Animal is on Basketball Immersion's YouTube channel. You can go there, you can see it. It's a drill there, but it's also a concept you add anytime you want players to compete more. If you score, go score a layup. You can keep scoring. Your team can keep scoring. Keep scoring. Keep scoring. Keep scoring. Until what? The other team gets the ball. You keep the ball until the other team gets the ball. Again, how do you create competitive behaviors? Create conditions and environment where they have to compete. Yeah? That's a good one because we all want to be better rebounding teams. A box-out drill doesn't solve the problem. Competing mostly solves the problem. Right? So compete. We can play Animal Live now. Now, dude, you got to stop. You know that situation, right? And then you stood there and watched them recover the ball. Cool? We're good? All right, we're besties again. Let's go. Play. All right. Go to score. Go to score. Good. Phil. Good. Good. Silver medal. Play. Play. Hold. What did they not have? Beautiful. We call it daggers. So we can practice daggers. Offensive rebound daggers. Anytime we get an offensive rebounder like that example, a loose ball out of bounds, the other players on the team sprint outside the three-point line. Because what are we trying to create space for? The player who got the offensive rebound to what? Score one-on-one. And if the players on defense stay in, then we created space and easy kickouts. So it's a great way to practice daggers. Daggers. You can come up with your own word, but daggers. Cool? All right. Good? Any other requests? Play one more. Actually, hold. Switch. Turn around. Who's on defense? White, right? Okay, you start with the ball. I'll show you one other dynamic start. Turn around, face her. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, underhand passes. Underhand pass back. 1, 2, 3, stop. On the third catch, live. If you pause, it's a turnover. So attack immediately. And attack to what?
The ring.
To score. Just say to score. Okay, ready? Defense starts with the ball. No. 1, 2, 3. I love it. Hey, it's actually brilliant. You learning how to cheat is a good thing. It honestly is. You think it's bad? It's the best thing in the world. I love players that learn how to cheat constraints. Learn how to find an advantage until I coach it. Because you know what? A lot of times, I saw this the other day at a really high level practice. A player cheated a constraint and no one on the coaching staff noticed. It was awesome. I'm like, that's a competitor. They found an advantage. Because if I didn't notice and she didn't call you out on it, it's brilliant. I'm just smart to call you out on it. Go back, recreate, go back. Hey, do you remember the phrasing I used today? Tell us. Okay, space, but be what? Not what. Do you remember? You might not remember. Do you remember, Coach? Be late, not early. Go back. She's driving. Drive. You spaced out. Good, space out. You came right away, so you brought your check to her. But meanwhile, is he helping? So you don't have to do anything. You're fine. Be late, not early on your cuts. You know how your teams end up running all these dribble exchange handoffs? It's because they're all meeting each other. We want them to be late, not early. Ready? You're going to run a dribble handoff right towards him. Just let her go that direction a little bit. So face, turn your feet this way. No, turn your feet this way. Okay, drive, 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 stop. Is it a dribble handoff if he helps? It's what? Catch and what? Or 2-on-1 advantage depending on your rotation. Now, right? So that's why we want to be late, not early. The best thing you could do on most dribble handoffs is hold your spot. And we just constantly move. Anyways, cool. Show the whole thing, 3-pass 1-on-1. I know I keep stopping it. This is another dynamic start. Bounce out, move it. Good. Good. Play. Space. Good. Space. Woo! Good. Good. Go, go, go. Your ball. Your ball. You scored. No. You're going to be off the whole time. I wouldn't save them, by the way, normally, but because we're in front of people, I'll save them. If they just stayed off the whole time, I would sometimes just sarcastically walk up to them and say, how's basketball practice today? Are you enjoying being subs out of bounds the whole time? Because literally, I could sub them in, or isn't it more powerful if they sub themselves in? Give them opportunities to lead and follow. Lead and follow is one of the hardest things ever. Cool? But offense, if you score, get the ball out and go. Let's see if we can get a rotation. I should sit down so I don't talk. Love it. Dagger! Woo! It's nifty. Then he palms it. I know. Yay! You're my man. Okay, hold. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, come over here, dudes and dudettes. Hey, do we see it? My man. You're my hero. My hero. Everyone come here. Everyone come here. Cool. Look, I get it. This didn't seem like it was about you and it wasn't as much fun as it normally would be. Like you basically played basketball the whole session today with me, right? They either shot it or they played basketball. This was about you guys, and this is really hard to do for them. So let's give them a really big hand. I wouldn't change yet. As soon as I'm done with questions and stuff like that, I would get on the floor as all the coaches are talking and stuff, and they'll stay off the floor and play a little bit, okay? Until someone kicks you off. Does that make sense? Yeah. Make someone kick you off. Cool? But don't tell anyone you're doing that. Okay, go over there for a second and sit down. Yeah. It's funny that you have to tell kids that, right? I know. Don't leave until someone kicks you off. It's so good. Cool. Questions?
mind-blowing amount of information and quote.
Yeah. Shh. Hey, 1 second. 1 second. Shh. I know. Does that mean I put them to sleep? I understand. Agree, build, and challenge. What's something you agree with, something you want to build on, something you want to challenge? You're safe to tell me I'm full of crap. Except you. Yeah. I know it's intense.
It's good
At Knox, we had the coaches on the floor a little bit, which probably could have, should have, but I just didn't have the energy.
40 minutes left if you want to
Get them out there and do BDT. Yeah, cool. Yeah. I have no idea what the time was. That's the thing. They don't have a clock in here, do they?
7:20.
Okay.
We've got them till 8. So.
Perfect.
Yeah, we can do.
I'd rather do this a little bit.
Ones that want to be mobile, jump on the floor and.
Yeah. All right. Do you remember shoulder game from today? What's your name again? What? Oscar. Do you remember shoulder game? That's the one where I'm here and I pass it to you and you're fighting for your feet, fighting for your feet. If I step back, what do? Shoot, right? Do you think you're comfortable to be able to teach it to them? No? But it's fine if you're not. Okay, I'll teach it to them, but I might demonstrate with you. Is that okay? Cool, Oscar. I know you got here late, but I'm glad you got involved. No, dude, it's all good. I'm glad you got here, because that move? Yeah. Dude, come on. That was sick. Are you guys with me tomorrow? Are you at 9 a.m.?
Coming tomorrow.
You guys are awesome. How old are you guys?
12.
Yeah.
I just turned 12, like 2 months. 13.
So is that 12?
I'm the youngest one here, I think.
Yeah, awesome. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. What's that?
I like to shoot on
For now, until they talk again, so you can go shoot. You can jump in and play too when they're ready to play.
Sure.
If you're warmed up. Yeah, of course. I don't care. You just, again, go act like you belong.
Okay.
It's hard at your age, I know. But just go act like you belong. Go get a ball and shoot. Yeah, it would be good actually.
Do you want them to share anything to the group?
Yes. Yeah, you do your thing too, that's good. I mean, it would be kind of good. Like some people are stood up the whole time too to, like maybe we have them all come down and just on the court talk? I don't know. What do you think?
I think they would like benefit from like, either they've got to come up with something or...
Let's do that. You lead it and I'm good, man. I'm tired anyways. I just can't believe how many people don't take notes. Brilliant. Good? Yeah.
I got him to do
Mavericks win, or the T-Wolves, Mavericks win tonight though? I want to know that one.
Mavericks win now.
Did they beat the Lakers? They played the Lakers.
No, Luka went on.
Yeah, I figured he would.
Luka was 40-something, 45.
Yeah. I feel all a little whack here. I'm like, when were the games? What's going on? I know. Like daytime games here, right? Yeah. That's
Mike Malone.
Yeah.
Fired. 4 games to go.
so strange.
What a crazy one.
I'm really close with the Denver staff, and I know Coach Malone, but the staff especially, and I'm like, it sucks. They're all looking. That's the worst thing, too. Think about that. All those assistant coaches are now looking for jobs while they're coaching in the playoffs. That's the part that people don't understand. They're all halfway out the door, too. It's weird. I don't know why at that time. And what did Jokic want? Like, I can't believe he wanted that, too.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Mike Malone gone at the end of the season, I get it. Might have got too far, but...
Not 2 weeks to go. All right. Lots of conversation.
Okay, go sit down for a sec. You can go sit. Just sit down for a sec, you'll get another chance.
Building into your training with a different level, players in there, and I guess the result thing is.
What was the first part, sorry?
Oh, so when when you play competitions, there's always a result there that you always want to win the game.
Yeah.
And then how you're gonna incorporate all these.
What's the alternative for you then? What's the alternative? To not having competition. No, I'm just asking. I don't know what are you saying the alternative is?
Yeah, not really.
Okay. It's a competitive game, I guess, is the problem, right?
Yep.
So it's like if you remove competition. Now, what I will say to this, sometimes there's opportunities for slow learning. But I would still have offense and defense on the court, and we kind of like, have you ever been to a walk-through? Where you walk through stuff? But you still have offense and defense on the floor. I know it's a little separate, but why do we teach the defense with the offense on the floor, but we don't teach the offense with the defense on the floor? I've never understood that. Like, we don't do 5-on-0 defense, do we? But we do 5-on-0 offense. And I'm not anti-5-on-0. It's just sometimes, I get it, you got to memorize the pattern. But think about that. So we'd walk through stuff to remove the competition. Or don't keep score, right? So for me, sometimes it's happy world. We'll just play, but at the end of it, there's no consequence. And if our consequences in winning mostly are like 3 push-ups, 2 push-ups, just an acknowledgement that somebody won. And also, we'll sometimes give the reward for winning to the winning team. So the winning team gets 10 push-ups, the losing team gets 5. Why? Think about the psychology of that. What did they earn? The right to what? Stay better. They earn the right to stay better. So like losing isn't a bad thing, winning is a good thing. Kind of that mentality. So you can manipulate it a little bit, but I love the question. Sometimes they gotta have slow learning. Sometimes you gotta remove the competition, for sure.
Any other ideas?
Go ahead. Oh, sorry, was that a thought on that or different?
No.
That's an awesome question.
My question is what I liked, and I was at your session today. The decision is more important than technique. Coach game on technique. I think that's really important, especially at this younger age group. Because we can sometimes spend a lot of time teaching X and O's rather than teaching the kids how to make their own decisions on the court. I think I've highlighted those.
Have you ever coached players that have never played basketball before? This is what I've done. We play 5-on-5 from the beginning of practice to the end of practice. You know why? Because if I teach any technique, they don't understand why I'm teaching it anyways. They just understand that there's about 100 jump balls. And we got to learn how to deal with jump balls. So I got to teach them how to avoid jump balls. So we play 5-on-5 so they learn how to avoid those situations. Once they understand situations, then we go. So if I was to teach, here I would teach. I'm just saying 5-on-5, but it could be 4-on-4, 3-on-3, whatever you got. 5-on-5, do a drill, and then go back to 5-on-5. Play the game, teach the technique or the drill, and then connect it back to the game. Does that make sense? Instead of the drill, the skill, the drill, the skill, and then play the game. Game, skill, drill, game. Good point. Oh, you had a question too.
So if you had, say, an hour and a half, how much would you work on in the 5-on-5 on team defense?
Okay, so shelled alive. This comes back to your question too, which is great. You got me thinking. Shelled alive. So instead of doing shell drill where it's memorized reps, we might do like, okay, pass, cut, replace, and we do 4 passes, pass, cut, replace, and then we play live. That type of thing. But ideally you get to the point that you can mix them all together. Okay, I don't know. At younger ages, pass and cut, what else do you have to deal with that are the hardest things to cover? Just space, right? So shrink the floor is constant, so that's a good one. Cover the best ball handler, right?
Help defense, because a lot of times you see kids, you say you're marking him and they'll just face plant.
Are you allowed to help at your age? At younger ages? You don't have that rule. Like some European countries play no help. Got to be 6 feet, or I don't know what it is. What's a meter? I don't know. The check has something. Yeah. Yeah, 2 meters. So it's like 2 meters to your check. All the time. So it's basically no help. Good and bad to that. There's good and bad to everything, right? I can think of the bad. Potentially good. Yeah. So again, I'm not saying play basketball, then do your drill that teaches your defense, and then play basketball again and try and coach them while they're doing it. That's all I'm saying. Cool? Okay. You had one?
Just, I come from a regional town, so our numbers are limited.
Yep.
And then the kids know who the best player is, and they keep passing the ball to the best, and they don't develop their own game because they know Freddie will score the points all the time, so I want to win.
Smart.
How can you,
Yeah, it's smart.
How can you go, I normally say, if I am coaching that team, I say, okay, Freddie, you now have to make her look good.
It's so hard. It's so hard. So the question was, what do you do with the best player that's so much better than everyone else? And hopefully you have that problem. And it sucks for the best player too, right? Because when I tell the best player not to score, I'm limiting them, right? So generally what I'll do is I will always tell the best player, you're the best player, dominate every single second of the practice. And make everyone else get better or keep dominating them. That may seem harsh, but that's the reality of it. Now, to your question, which is a different question, what happens when they keep passing to him? Okay. You've all played basketball, you've coached basketball. You're the best player on the other team. What's the best solution on defense? Don't let them catch the ball. Like, that's the constraint that you got to get your team to think, why is the best player beating us all the time? Well, because we're letting them catch the ball, or we're not helping, back to your point, we're not helping on the best player. Right? The best player can't beat us. On scouting reports, there are some NBA teams that literally their scouting reports are much simpler nowadays. All it is about the 2 best players on the other team and how we're going to stop the 2 best players on the other team. Because damn, there's 8, 10, 15 great players. But there's 2 that are really freaking good, or 1 in some cases. We'll see with OKC during the playoffs. You'll see how people cover Shea. It'll be completely different. Lakers showed it a little bit already. Like, we got to cover the best player and dare everyone else to beat us. But I think you play against that probably in your region too, don't you? So it'll be good for your team's development. Now, I mean, it's hard. You got any other thoughts, Coach? Anyone?
Just like, how can you reward that player through constraints from scoring to encourage them to pass it? So like, if he throws an assist, it's double points.
Well, and again, if they help on him, he's going to pass because 2 pass, 1 score. So in theory, you should have the best defense in the world against the best players. In theory. I know it's not that easy, I get it, but that would be my idea. And it's really hard, right? Like, it's even harder when some of those other kids can't play at all. But that's really hard. That's a different problem. Okay, what else? What next? He wants to keep asking questions. Do you know what I'm talking about? Mute this, but I had to deal with them all day. Yeah, good. Can you define what you mean by hero ball?
So they think that they are the best and they are trying to score and win the game for the team. So they are attacking. They're playing.
Would you consider what this was hero ball?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I'm just curious. So you're talking about someone who's selfish and shooting bronze medal shots.
So if I was to say to a team,
Yeah.
go, to my team at training, if you get the ball, you go one-on-one. They'll go one-on-one every single time.
Okay, I didn't say that. So use the phrasing. What did I say? I never said play one-on-one. What did I say? Go score. Beautiful. I love this conversation. Because sometimes you're right. Like, the clarity for the player is important. They might internalize that as say, I can shoot any shot I want, anytime I want. Right? Your best player. Anytime I want, I can shoot any shot I want. No, you got to coach them harder than others and hold them accountable. Draw 1 score, fine. Draw 2, pass. And look, my dude, stand up. Give him a hand. Sit down. But you saw it, didn't you, live? You saw it live. It's beautiful. And he felt good about himself, too. I don't know about you. Do you feel like, are there many kids that are like evil? Most kids are trying to do good, right? Like, really? I mean, they're all trying to somewhat do good, but some of them just think they're the best solution. And that's the thing you have to solve. So I love that example. Yeah. Any other thoughts on hero ball?
I think the example is in 2 scenarios. It's one, the guy that always thinks he can drive through 2 or 3 people.
100%.
Which he did perfectly there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've got one guy on my team like, you can't draw 2.
Yeah.
You've got 2, they're coming to you, kick the ball out, you should be, etc. The second is the guy that always gets the ball in the open and just chucks it. Like, it's just, I'm in the open, you told me to shoot.
Are you allowed to sub? Yeah, okay, good. That one I'd solve with subbing. The second one is subbing.
It's more teaching.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stop shooting. Like it's
Yeah.
you're not a good shot from
Yeah.
1 foot inside the 3-point line. That's not a good shot at any time.
Yet.
Yeah, for you, it's
Yet.
not a good shot because you're just throwing it up in the air.
That's awesome. So always put yet behind anything you say. Yet is the most powerful word. Because again, we don't want to limit them. You're not a good shooter yet. You're not tall yet. Right? I don't like you yet. Joking, I love you. I love you. I know. You got a retro Sixers shirt. You're the man. You know what I'm saying? But we want to add yet to these things, so just be careful with your language sometimes. I gave you the example from my daughters. I want them to shoot the shot when they're young, even though they can't make the shot, but it's got to be reasonable. So in range, in rhythm. And for most players as they're younger, one of your strengths and limitations is your three-point line at a young age. Like, it's really deep. You have great spacing, I think, generally. You have players that really do a great job driving and kick, but definitely, that's far to shoot at a young age. So, I don't know, we'll talk about that deeply someday, but it's good. Go ahead.
Question is sort of block versus random practice.
Yeah.
I love the chaos idea. It's great. Then solutions are better than technique. What happens when the solution is kind of counterproductive? So maybe you've got a 10-year-old whose solution to shooting is shooting with 2 hands.
Yeah.
And they score and they develop the confidence that you're looking for and they shoot the open shots.
Yeah.
Now they're 14, they're still shooting with 2 hands. At what point do you say, enough of that, we've got to fix that?
Yeah, okay, so, I mean, the whole, two conversations there. Let's table shooting for a second, because I love that. The first one is basically this concept of random versus block practice. So if you don't know what that is, come here, right there, come here. Yeah, bring your ball. Come here, right to the free throw line. Okay, ready? Shoot, just continuous. Shoot, just shoot, 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 shoot. Okay, cool. Okay, good. Okay, hold, stay there. Awesome. Fresh off the bench, beautiful. That's a game. So that is block practice, right? She's shooting the same shot, the same distance, over and over and over again. To me, I consider those reps comfort and confidence. Sometimes, even with my daughter, we'll shoot a few. Like, she'll be pissed off at herself, misses a few, and I'll go, okay, stay there. Shoot from the same spot. Boom, boom, boom. She'll make 3 in a row. I go, what are you talking about? You can shoot. And now let's get adaptable. So that's part of it. It's a real psychology game. Generally, again, we avoid those reps in basketball practice because you don't have time for block reps. You got to get them adaptable. But individual reps working with her, you can do the block reps of technique-based training. Some shooting is definitely, there's a benefit to isolated training. Because shooting is a really complex thing. Dribbling, I don't think, is that complex. If you dribble, you get better at dribbling. Shooting, if you shoot, you can still have bad technique, right? So there's some very specific things. So block practice. Here, random, you want to pass for a second? Yeah, you can pass. Good. Okay, vary your feet. Get your feet super wide, and shoot from there. Good. Okay, now, face, you guys help. Coach can't move that much. Hey, face here. On the pass, turn and catch. Okay, now, it's random, right? Random. We're creating some variability with different things. I know those are 2 different things in technical terms, but we are getting her to be adaptable because each time she has a novel solution. She can't just memorize. I don't know, golf's popular in Australia, right? You ever gone to the driving range and just hit your driver like 25 times in a row? You get pretty good with your driver, you feel pretty good about your driver, and then you go play a round of golf and you go, why am I not hitting my driver well? Because you don't hit the driver 25 times in a row you got a chip, well, maybe not you, but I got a chip, probably use a 2, then a chip, and then another chip, and then another chip, and then a putt, right? So that's kind of more random. Is really when you practice golf, you should go driver, 5-iron, 9, putt, or skip the putt, with that idea. I do think in the long run, that'll help her more than doing the block reps. But sometimes initially in learning or for comfort and confidence, that. So when you see Steph Curry do his dribble routine, that's not development, right? That's comfort and confidence. That's a routine. Cool? Okay, now back to shooting. Yes. Yes. I know. You're wondering what I'm saying yes to. I know. But yes to whatever you think they need to be able to feel more comfortable shooting the ball. So for me, if I'm teaching a new, you're good, thank you. If I'm teaching a new shooter, here, throw me the ball though, throw me the ball. And look, some people can disagree with shooting. When I'm teaching a new shooter or a young shooter shots, the only thing I'm worried about is that they don't turn their hips and they don't turn their shoulders. I don't care about this initially. This is easy to change. This, what do we say? The twist, that's hard to change. So initially early learning, I got some videos of this, you can DM me, and I'll send you the videos. But we do something like this. My daughter, the 14-year-old, she's 14 when end of April, like effortless from here. Effortless from here. Because from a really young age, all we did is force generation within rhythm. Right to your shot. Right to your shot. Right to your shot. So there's no pause in the motion. What was your phrasing about the pause? I know, we had so many conversations. I know I put you on the spot. You're not that good yet, I guess. But, no, you had some analogy I thought it was brilliant about the pause. Anyways, we'll talk about it. I probably wrote it in my notes. But it's like, the rhythm of the shot is so important. So if you saw the sessions today, we did a lot of stuff where it's like feet to your shot. To your shot. I can send you a whole bunch of the things I do with my daughters for that stuff. But it's the idea is,
I got it.
My man.
So if I'm going to pass the ball to
Oh yeah, there's a pass.
not play like, and then pass it, I'm just going to pass it without stopping. So when we shoot, why do we stop and then go again? That was kind of what we were talking about in the car.
Do you follow that? You don't pause your pass. Why would you pause your shot? So some people set it on the table and then start their shot again. You're forgetting the fact that force generation comes more from the lift of the ball than it does from your legs. And really it comes back to Newton's third law if you want to get really technical. Newton's third law is what? Oh my gosh, we're not in school, right? You guys are out of school, they're out of school. Action, reaction, right? I drive my feet into the ground produces an equal and opposite force. That's all I need to shoot. If I drive my feet, I shoot. So a young player, look, I'm not going to debate inside foot, dominant foot, 2 feet, whatever it is. I think 2 feet at a younger age is easier because you generate the force equally. So it's like I drive my force and I shoot. I drive my force and I shoot. Again, I can send you videos of this, that. And then, here, stand up. If you don't mind, stand there. The way that I would teach shooting to young kids as well is what George just referred to. It's a pass shot. Pass it, shoot it. Pass it, shoot it. Pass it, shoot it. So I start with my hands properly on the ball. And now all I'm going to do is pass it and shoot it. Because what are we working on? Thank you. You're awesome with that, by the way. On the spot, on the moment. I know. Give them a clap. Good. They learned. Positive reinforcement. We'll delete it from the video. No. But it's that full extension. That's shooting. It's bend and extend. Bend and then extend. Bend, then extend. That type of idea. I know I didn't really answer it, but yes, technique. So, what's the problem? What's the solution? I'm not saying specifically, but if my daughter has some technique problem with shooting, then I've got to design something to work on that. For example, if she doesn't fully extend her ladder, position 1, position 2, position 3, and often young players shoot from what position? 2, because they generate force from their chest. If I want her to get it to position 2 to 3, Then I'll go up on one foot like Durant does, isolate, pause, and then work on extending from 2 to 3. That type of idea. So there's a solution. Anyways, go on. Sorry. No. I don't know if we answered it. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah. Now you're my favorite. But look, shooting's hard. But you work with her?
Yeah, I mean, sorry, the question was more about the chaos and like, there's a solution that you see a kid generate and you say, well, that's going to work for now, but maybe it's not going to work in 2 years' time or 4 years' time.
Yeah.
Do you just trust that they'll eventually figure out the new solution in time? That's kind of...
I do.
Yeah.
If they're working with someone who knows, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's the problem in all this. The variable is they're passed from someone to the next person. And that's why I think the best solution to teaching shooting is that we've got to educate parents about shooting. And I would love to do that at some point. We'll put that together. We'll teach, from your daughter on up, we'll teach everyone how to teach shooting to kids.
Does your gold, silver, and bronze shot, two questions, do you explicitly show the kids at the start of a season what your gold, silver, and bronze shots are? And does it change depending on the age of the team you've got?
No, it doesn't change. Because that's the NBA, is gold, silver, bronze. They just call it different stuff. But it actually filters down. What is a bronze medal and what is a silver medal? More changes.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
So
that.
do you explicitly show the kids what is it? Like
Yes, yeah. Like an open shot, in range and rhythm, is a silver medal. Where that location is a little bit of law of biological individuality. Who's different?
So each kid will have a different
A little bit, but what is that? Is that a team conversation or a mini conversation? And back to the kid that can't shoot yet, that's maybe a mini conversation. Right? Yeah. So no, I don't think it's going to get sorted on its own necessarily, because I think shooting is one of the things that ecological dynamics, this concept, I think it does get sorted if you have somebody that can help them sort it without telling them specific technique. But if they don't have someone, then they'll probably just keep shooting the same way. What's the girl on the opals I talked about? Have you seen her shoot? Have you seen Tyrese Halliburton shoot? Everyone in the world would say that's not perfect technique. Oh, pretty good technique for them, but not necessarily something we're going to emulate, right? So does it work for them and is it functional? When I get this question in high school, coaches in America, the question comes back to how much time do they spend on basketball? If they spend time on basketball, then they can change something. If they don't spend time on basketball, can they change something? No. That's hard, right? The football player that plays basketball in the US is just an athlete playing basketball versus the basketball player that plays basketball. They can improve a lot of things differently. Cool.
Chris, question. What's your philosophy on set offenses? Given that it's a predetermined solution, there's not a lot of exploration of it. Do you use them? And if so, how do you teach it? And what's your philosophy?
Structure is okay. Like spacing structure is great. You can run plays. I'm not anti-plays. How would I teach a play? Offense and defense, walk through it, then try and go live, and then play it. And then once they know the play, less structured. The goal is structured, unstructured. So the play is not the solution. The advantage is the solution. So a basketball decision supersedes a basketball play. So if they have a basketball advantage, take advantage of the advantage, right? So we run the play. Alex showed me a play today with Brisbane last year that they did a lot of 5-on-0 at one point in the season. And he showed me a play where they were playing against the defense and it looked like they were running 5-on-0 offense, where they literally the whole time weren't looking like they were trying to score. That's the problem with plays, right? And that can happen at that level, and it can happen obviously more dangerous at your level, because they're going to try and run the play because that's what you've told them to do. So once they know the play and the pattern, now create advantages out of the play that they can work out of. So you can play 5-on-5, dynamic start out of horn, say, and now
I'm a blue boy.
I know. Here, come here. One of you come here, quick. Set the screen and horns. Behind me. Oh, why not? Someone else come here. Cool. Cover. Okay, and start your horns play like this, or I'm just using horns as an example. High ball screen on both sides of the floor. We'll just do one right now. My defender is behind me, so I already have an advantage. And now I'm going to go, I'm going to turn, and then she's going to help, he's going to roll, and we play out of the advantage. So the whole point of the play is to create the advantage, so play out of different advantages and play live from the advantage. What's the danger of playing out of advantages? They don't learn how to create what? The advantage. So we can't do it all the time. Well, I'm showing them the option out of the advantage. The problem is they don't know how to create an advantage out of what we would call neutral. Neutral. Shoot the ball. Cool. Just because it doesn't look fun if you just come out there. I love coaching kids. They're the best. Cool. Thank you. They have no idea what's going on. They're like, who is this guy? Does that make sense, though?
It does, thank you.
Like, run a play, and then, like, let's say flex. We run flex. Boom, pass. Coach sets the screen. Pass it to me. And now, instead of running the whole flex play, just create an advantage start out of pass top, flex screen goes, and now we're trying to play live out of that. And then who would you give the constraint to? The defense. If you want to shape your offensive decision making, constrain the defense. Okay, defense, all switching. Defense, I don't know, what would you do? Horns, trap it. You know? Flex, forget that you're covering the cutter. I don't know. I know. Like, it's whatever, but you know the idea. Cool. All right, where else? Go, my man.
Earlier on in the session, I think it was during the first drill with the 4-on-4 where this time we played.
Yeah.
You often would make them go back when they weren't hitting the halfway or if they weren't hitting the space or anything. You were switching possession more as punishment for it.
Yep.
You made a comment saying that you're hoping that the players would get mad at him and get up on him. And I understand what you're meaning by that. You're saying you want them to hold him accountable. You want accountability in the team.
Yeah.
How do you manage the accountability and make sure it stays at a level of accountability and not attacking each other?
Yeah.
And taking it down.
All right, first of all, educate players about what they're allowed to talk to each other about. Right? Because, again, can I get mad at them? They can't get mad at each other for making a bad pass or missing, a layup or stuff like that. Same as you for the coach. So then just, be very finite. If we have a constraint where the ball has to get to half court and every player has to get to half court, aren't they allowed to get mad at each other if they don't do that? Yeah. To me, that would be a yes, right? Because we've created the constraint, and what's more important, what's the consequence of not having the constraint?
They're going to be just all over the place and not doing
well, you lose offensive possession. That sucks. And if I'm a competitor, that does suck. So I'm okay with them being competitive in that way. Yeah? But other things, yeah. I mean, they can't get mad at each other for, again, screwing up the play. Chances are they're going to screw up the play, right? Yeah, that thing. But the constraint is something, ideally you're just coaching the constraint, you're not coaching the rest. And ideally they're following the constraint. I bet you, and if that was a situation in practice, that was the first practice I coach them, the next practices are not. They're good. By the way, that's a platform drill. What is a platform drill? It means we're doing that drill every single day, and all I'm doing is manipulating the spacing, let's say. Manipulating what they're doing. But they know the drill. Once they know the drill, I don't have to reteach the constraint. They know the constraint. It'll be pretty good. And yet, someone will still forget. Yeah, someone will still forget. They're human beings. They're all human beings, aren't they? Cool. Anything else? I don't know. It's up to you. You have no questions?
Let's give a round of applause for Chris.
You dressed up, man. Just real quick. On Instagram, if you want, at Coach B-Ball Immersion. I know most people here aren't on X as much, but on Instagram, at Coach B-Ball Immersion. If you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, DM me. I respond to everything, and I can help you. If you're interested in more information on this stuff, DM me there too, and can help you best I can. If you're on Twitter, it's B-Ball Immersion. Cool.
Sweet. I highly recommend checking it out.
If you're on TikTok, I can't help you.
No, that's okay.
My learning as a coach, recommend it.
Australia, sorry, I should have said that. Australia 25. Write that down. Australia 25. If you go to Basketball Immersion, you want a membership, Australia 25 gets you the membership for the Australian dollar rate. But way cheaper. But don't tell the Americans. And if you're already a member, DM me. Yeah, Australia 25, all lowercase. Put it in the promo code.
Australian.
Australia. Yeah.
Not yet.
I know, I can't speak anymore. Australia. George can send it out.
The country and
Not the people, the country. Am I right? I don't even know.
Appreciate everyone coming out on a Thursday night.
I need to know it. I've been out there all day myself.
I've been good on the whole trip until today, and then they made me do 3 sessions for an hour and a half each in the Brisbane Capitals gym. Yeah. Which, as you know, is not acoustically as friendly. This one's actually warm. Yeah. Ooh, I like your running.
Hey, no, that's a little present from my area. I'm in tourism at home as well. So
What's the area?
Maryborough, Harvey Bay,
Okay.
Fraser Island.
So next
Bundaberg
time I
Rum,
come, I should
Bundaberg
come
Rum.
there.
Yeah, come.
My girl,
Yeah.
thank you.
We are also the birthplace of P.L. Travers, the author of Mary Poppins. She
Oh
was
my God,
born
that's
in
cool.
our town.
Is there anything that can kill me up there?
No.
I went to Townsville and it was very scary.
Oh, I lived in Townsville for a while as
Townsville,
well.
I was like,
That's
oh.
made by one of our local printers. That's
Oh, that's so
botanical.
sweet.
That's native Australian plant.